and welcome back to another fragrance review. So today's review is going to be on a designer fragrance. I know I usually stick to the celebrity world, but I have a lot more designer fragrances now and I wanted to start reviewing some of them. So this one has been one of my favorites that I've gotten recently, and I've had a few requests for it. And with Valentine's Day sort of just around the corner, I thought it would be very suiting to do a review on this fragrance because it is a very romantically themed fragrance. So the one I'm talking about is from designer Vera Wang, and it is called Lovestruck. Now, before I even start talking about the fragrance, Vera Wang, as you know, or maybe you don't know, is she designs a lot of wedding dresses. That's sort of her specialty. That's sort of how she got her start. And that same sort of wedding, romantic kind of atmosphere that she captures in her fashion, she also tries to portray in her fragrances. I have five fragrances from Vera Wang. I have a lot of her Princess collection, which again are the original Princess perfume, which I've reviewed in the past. Is, you know, it's the heart-shaped bottle with the crown on it. It's very sweet and romantic, and that's what sort of a lot of her scents try and capture. And Lovestruck is definitely still staying with that romance, that love sort of feel that she always tries to embody. And I think that's one of the things that drew me to it in the first place, because I really love romantic fragrances. Okay, so first I'm going to show you the little tester strip that you get. Now, I've said this so many times in the past, I love getting the blotters, like the tester strips, to spray the fragrance on. You get them at like the fragrance counter, because usually the fragrance will come with specific ones that are, you know, not just pieces of paper, they're meant for that fragrance. So they have pictures on them or words, or they're shaped, you know, to suit the scent. And this one is my absolute favorite. So this is what it looks like. The sun's kind of like blinding you there. It's there we go. So it's shaped exactly like the bottle. It's this really big cutout of it. It says Lovestruck. It's shaped exactly like the bottle. And I just thought it was such a cute little touch, you know, just to sample the fragrance on a card that actually looks like the fragrance. This thing has been sprayed a million times, and like I can't really smell anything on it because I've had it for so long, but I'm definitely keeping this one. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the samples. I got a couple samples. So the samples come in these cute little packages. It's the same, like, you know, book design that all of her samples come in, and it's this very bright red color with Lovestruck written across the front in pink with an arrow going through it. And inside we get a picture of the bottle, as well as a little saying, a little story for it. So I'm going to read it to you. It's like a sentence, don't worry. It says, "Feminine, romantic, and modern. A sparkling, addictive floral that you are sure to fall in love with." Okay, so now I'm going to show you the beautiful Lovestruck bottle. Now this is the part of the fragrance that drew me to it first and foremost, before anything else. When I saw a picture of this back in like July or August, like before it was released, I got so excited, like just looking at it, like, wow, that looks beautiful. And I just kept looking at like more pictures of it, and I couldn't wait to actually like see the bottle, you know, in person. So I met the bottle in person finally. It's very large. Well, I mean, the lid is very large. It's quite dramatic with the huge red bouquet sitting on top of it. So the bottle itself is just a plain square bottle. It's completely transparent. It's very sharp edged. Like, it's not a round edged bottle. It's quite square and heavy. It says Lovestruck written on the front in pink writing, and it's, again, we have the arrow going through. Vera Wang is written right on the bottom there. And then, of course, the main part of the bottle is the lid, and that is this beautiful red bouquet. It has 6 flowers kind of blossoming off the top there. And then it has 2 bows, actually, 2 bright red bows. One is sort of this, it's kind of hard to tell, just like this regular, you know, sheer bow. And the one below it is more of a lacy type. It's like, kind of like a fishnet material, and they're both tied underneath the bouquet around each other. So it ends up looking very, very dramatic and very kind of as if it's blowing in the wind. I really, really love that touch. I think all fragrance bottles should look like this, you know, just have something very outstanding about them that really draws you towards it. So I really love this bottle design. And the lid is everything on top, so that actually just comes right off. And then we have the dark red sprayer on the top there. I hope the light hasn't been like destroying your faces. Anyways, that is the beautiful Lovestruck bottle, and it just looks so gorgeous sitting on like a dresser. And you know, even if you hate the stuff inside here, I think it's worth getting for the bottle. This, by the way, is the largest size you can get. This is 100 milliliters. You can get it in two other sizes, the 50 milliliter and the 30 milliliter. And both of the other two sizes do still come with the large bouquet. I know sometimes with fragrance bottles, the smaller... Something has to fall in every video. I know with some other fragrances, the smaller bottle, like the 1 ounce, sometimes doesn't have like everything the large bottle has because it's just too small. But I've actually seen the small bottle and it does still have like the bow and the flowers. It doesn't have as many flowers, it doesn't have 6, I think it only has 3, but it still gives that effect. Okay, so you know the fragrance looks beautiful, but how does it smell? Well, I'm going to tell you. So I would say that this is a very delicate, sweet floral. I feel like a lot of her fragrances, well, I'm not going to talk about that again. You already know how I feel. They're all romantic and blah blah blah. And this one still follows with that theme. The fragrance does have some fruit in it. It does have some florals, but everything about it is very sheer, very delicate, very soft. And there's also an underlying hint of sweetness. So I'm going to go through it from top to bottom and tell you exactly what's in it. So I'm going to remove the bouquet, unfortunately, put that aside. And even on its own it looks beautiful. You can just have that sitting there and like, you're set. Actually, it's funny, I'm wearing it right now, and well, I've worn it probably like 7 times or so, like on 7 separate days. Today's the 7th day. And every time I've worn it, I've always thought, you know, it's not very strong, it stays very close to the skin, it's very, you know, delicate, blah blah blah. And then today when I put I put on the same amount as I always put on, but for some reason I thought it was so strong, it was just so powerful today. I don't know if it's because it's like, you know, the official Lovestruck review day, and Lovestruck got a little excited, I don't know, but I just feel like it was so powerful today, like I'm just blossoming here. Okay, anyways, sorry. Oh, it's captured me again. Okay, so Lovestruck begins on a lightly fruity note. We have some pink guava and some mandarin orange. And again, it's very soft, it's very romantic, it's always romantic. The scent is just so inviting that way. And I actually, you know, if you're someone who doesn't like really fruity scents, you know, you don't have to worry because this isn't super fruity, and even though the top is just those 2 fruits, it still doesn't come across as like a big burst of fruit. It's just, it's very soft. It's a very delicate fruity opening. It's something that a lot of people can wear, you know, right when you put it on from the start, it's not going to be overpowering. And I would say that it's the pink guava that you can smell a little bit more than the mandarin orange. It's not really citrusy, I don't really get a citrus vibe. It is just more of a very soft, fruity opening. So the heart of the fragrance, we have 2 florals joining the party here. We have lotus blossom and some tuberose. Now tuberose is a stronger white kind of floral that typically really makes its presence known. But in this one, I'd say that just like all the other notes, it is a much more pulled back, softer version of the tuberose you might be used to. So it really doesn't come across as super floral or, you know, not very opulent like a lot of stronger florals can be. It is very delicate. At this point, actually, I've always thought this, even like from the start. I've always felt as though there was some orchid in this fragrance because it smells a little bit sweet, but it's not like a vanilla sweet, and it's definitely not like a sugar sweet. It's that floral sweetness that I always pick up when a fragrance has orchid in it. So I was actually quite surprised to find out that this doesn't have orchid in it. I couldn't find it anywhere like listed in any site that had the ingredients listed. But in my opinion, at this point, you get that soft fruitiness, soft floral, orchid sweetness, even though there's no orchid in it. I get that nice, soft, sweet vibe from this fragrance. I mean, I guess it must be just the fruits and the florals mixing together, but it smells almost powdery, and I think that is what gives it its main romantic kind of feel, is that like sort of understated sweetness that's not really there, but you can kind of feel it, you know? And then in the base of the fragrance, we have very delicate ingredients. We have some sheer musk and some precious woods. So it's not a very strong base, it's not a very bold base. It is just very light, delicate, lovely, you know, lacy. Everything that you sort of expect to be in this base is there. So overall, I think Lovestruck is a very easy fragrance to wear. It's certainly not overpowering. It's not too much of any of those ingredients. Everything is blended very well together, and it's something that's not going to, you know, people aren't really going to notice that you're wearing this big fragrance. You know, it's not really like a showstopper or anything like that. It is meant to be something very delicate, something more intimate, and I think that's really what the notes capture because of the way that they work together, and because of the fact that they're all sort of, you know, just kind of lounging about and not really dancing around. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about the collection for a minute. So as you can see, I don't really have the collection. I just have the bottle and some of the samples. You can get a shower gel and you can get a lotion. I would love to get the lotion, but there were no gift sets available like around the holiday season here. Well, no, there were actually, but like it was too late. So I don't have those products, but you can get them. And of course, there's the two other sizes I told you about, the 50 milliliter and the 30 milliliter. There was a free gift with purchase associated with this that came out afterwards. It was like a little Lovestruck, like a clutch bag with a little roll-on in it. So I did not get that, but you know, you can get that. I'm sure it's still available out there if you're interested. Now, in terms of lasting power and when to wear, the lasting power is not, well, I'd say it has sort of average lasting power, because it doesn't have any super strong heavy notes. It's not going to last, you know, the entire day. I've worn it many times now, and I have noticed that towards the end of the day, it's pretty much gone. I mean, you can still smell the softness on your skin, but like other than that, it's not something that people are going to continue to smell towards the end of the day, because it does sort of fade after a couple hours. But you know, it's meant to be that more intimate fragrance, so it stays quite close to the skin after about an hour or two, and that's kind of what I like about it. Something that only you and, you know, that special person can smell, because it stays so close to you, so it's not something that everyone around you is really going to be smelling. It is quite strong during when you first apply it. So I will say that, like, a lot of people can really smell it on me when I first apply it, but after it sort of settles and gets into its character, then it becomes something that stays more close to your skin. And when to wear it? Well, I mean, the whole inspiration for Lovestruck was that feeling of, you know, being love-struck, meeting someone that you just really like and you can't stop thinking about them, and it's that whole, like, beginning portion of the relationship where everything is just brand new and, you know, flowers and bows and everything pink. That's what you're thinking about, and that's sort of what the fragrance is all about. And I think it does capture that feeling, because it's just so so delicate and whimsical and flirty and fun, and I really love that whole atmosphere that it tries to capture, because it does capture. Okay, so I guess that is the end of my Lovestruck review. I'll do a quick little wrap-up of the fragrance. So Lovestruck, the newest one from Vera Wang, is a delicate, sweet floral that attempts to capture a very romantic part of life when you're meeting someone for the first time and you're head over heels, and I think it does a very good job at doing that. So it starts off with some pink guava and some mandarin orange, a very delicate fruity opening. And then it warms up when the florals come in. We have the lotus blossom and the tuberose. The florals are very delicate and they're not very strong. I would say that at this point you're getting a bit of a floral, powdery sweetness that you kind of get when you have orchid in the fragrance. But be aware that orchid is not actually in this scent. And then we finally dry down to just a very delicate floral musk on your skin with the sheer musk and the precious woods, and overall it makes Lovestruck a very easy to wear, feminine, modern floral, and I think that it's something that you'll really enjoy if you like those lightly sweet, lightly fruity, lightly floral fragrances, especially if you're a hopeless romantic like me. Okay guys, that's the end of my review on Lovestruck. I hope you enjoyed that. As I said before, I'm going to try and do some more designer reviews, as I've been getting a lot of requests for those, and hopefully this was a good start to that. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time for some more fragrance reviews.